All right, so today I have another episode of my mental health documentary, and I have today
Megan.
Megan. And Megan, can you please tell me what are your mental health diagnoses that you want to talk about today?
Okay. I have borderline personality.
Okay.
I have ADD, anxiety, depression, and what was the other one? And did I say bipolar?
No, I don't think you did. No.
Okay, and bipolar.
Okay. Now, out of those illnesses, what illness affects you the most daily?
I would say my anxiety.
Okay.
My anxiety affects, I think it wraps around all of those. You know what I mean? Because if my anxiety's going through the roof, it starts like getting all my other ones. You know what I mean? Like it counteracts with all the other ones, if that makes sense.
Okay. And how long have you think you had anxiety for?
As long as I can think of, you know what I mean? Since I've been probably in school, you know? I mean, I was always that scaredness kind of person to, like, stand up in front of a class or, you know, be called on or, certain, you know, anything. I would say, or even, I don't even know. I was in a lot of, like, camps.
Okay.
So even like basketball camp, I was in basketball, you know what I mean? Like if I got called out or something, I would be embarrassed or my anxiety would go through like, oh my gosh, she's going to pick on me because I dribbled wrong or, you know what I mean? Like anxiety has followed me my whole life pretty much, I would say.
Whole life? Okay. And now you said you were bipolar as well. How does being bipolar affect you?
Really bad. It affects, a lot of my, a lot of even just like my family and friends, you know, because one minute I can be happy go and the next minute I could be snapping out. And it scares me sometimes, you know, it does scare me sometimes because I do snap to the point where I black out. And I won't lie, I've been into a couple fights over bipolar. I've been in, and that's with family, that's with anonymous friends that, or you know what I mean, or friends that's been with anyone, you know. So it does affect me in my everyday life, you know, because I never know where I'm gonna end up at.
What is like you would say you're probably your lowest point when it comes to mental health? Like how does it affect you the very most?
It affects me to the point where just living an everyday lifestyle. Like my depression, getting out of bed, you know what I mean? My anxiety, it's going into anywhere, even into the store, talking to a cash register, or I have kids going into my kid's school. I think, I mean, you know, it affects me terribly, terribly in every way, like everywhere, I think.
Okay.
You know?
And then you also mentioned that you said that you were borderline personality, which is, you know, you have very unstable emotions. How are your emotions unstable, and how does that affect your lifestyle?
I have a thing where my borderline personality is something where I know a big thing I've been told is I don't think before I react.
Okay.
So here and on top of it, like it gets me in a lot of like messy situations, affects me in a lot of relationships, you know, and it also like really how do I put it? I pick the wrong people to be around, if that makes sense. Like I pick the wrong people to go and hang out with, or I pick the wrong guys to date, or you know what I mean, because I think, oh my god, they're so great, and then
do you think it's more of like a irrational thinking, basically?
Yes. Very, very. I don't, like, I'm just, you know what I mean, I don't, instead of somebody sitting there like, okay, let me think about this for a second, I'm more of like, oh yeah, sure, come on, let's go. Okay. Like I'm very, how do I put it, like I'm very risk-taking. Yes, okay. And that's very scary in my part too. Like I'd be the type that would jump off the building like, yeah, sure, the water's deep enough, let's go, come on. And it's not. You know?
Yeah, no, I get it. And then one of the few last questions I wanted to ask you is that, so what would be your message now as somebody that has, you know, a couple of mental illnesses out there? what would you say to someone that is in a similar circumstance where they have not just one or two, but multiple illnesses? What would you say to them, and how could they have some encouragement to get through their life or their lifestyle?
First encouragement is it's good to have people to support you. I know some people are lonely out there that don't have support, but trust me, go places that will help you with the mental health. I promise you'll find somebody there that will be probably in the same situation you are in, and you might make a friend, or you might even just make somebody to talk to. My other thing is, I used to be against medication. I will be honest, I was a guinea pig back when I was 16. They basically fed me meds, you know, to the point where, like, I was like, fuck meds, you know, to the point, oops, sorry, excuse my language, but, you know what I mean? And now it's more or less like, meds do help. You know, they can. If you take them regularly at the time and how you're supposed to, they can help you. And they can help you in a lot of ways. And doctors, don't be shy to tell them either, you know, like how, hey, this medicine's making me jittery, or this medicine's making me feel a little off, because that doctor might have another option, you know. If you don't, I'm very, if you don't like where you are, the doctor that you're going to, or whatever, there's many places around Erie, try another one. You know, I'm going through that right now. I'm trying to find the right doctor, the right person to talk to, whatever. And I'm switching even facilities that I go to on the outpatient part. So, and if you ever do feel like you need immediate help, please go inpatient, you know, because honestly, I'm telling you, you might feel like, you know, oh, if I die, nobody's going to care. No, somebody's going to care. You know, and I'm telling you that. And I just went through that, honestly, personally, with one of my own family members. I literally, not even 3 months ago, was sitting there hearing him say how much he hated his life, and he wanted to die, and he hated it, and nobody loved him. And as, you know, let's say 3 months back, or a few months back, I stood at his funeral as it was full, out to the parking lot. With tons of people teared up, his kids are left behind, you know what I mean? And it's gonna affect them. It's even affecting his 2-year-old son, you know what I mean? So don't ever feel like nobody cares about you, because there is at least one person that does, you know. And that's how, and I have that problem. I feel like, you know, I don't have people that care. I don't have people that care about me. I feel like I could jump off a bridge right now and ain't nobody gonna care. They'll have a party that I'm going. No. Not the case. So please get help if you need it.
That's very insightful. Thank you so much.
Yes, no problem.
So that's the end of the video. I want to thank you for letting me do this interview, because that means a lot, that I can, you know, find people that are willing to talk, and
yes,
I just appreciate it a lot.
Definitely.
All right, guys.
Thank you for helping me.
No problem. All right, and that's it, guys. I'll see you guys next time.